When the dust of civil war finally settled over the Roman world, one man stood upon the ruins of a republic that had devoured itself. His name was Gaius Octavius, but history would remember him by a title greater than any Roman before him: Augustus. He was not the loudest voice in the Senate, nor the fiercest general on the battlefield. Yet, like a shadow moving behind the curtain of fate, Augustus had mastered the art of patience, persuasion, and subtle power. He did not seize Rome, he reshaped it. In my youth, he would later write in his Res Gestae, I found Rome a city of brick, and I left it a city of marble. Under Augustus, the republic was not abolished, it was embalmed. The old offices remained, but their pulse was faint. The Senate still gathered, but their votes had become echoes. All roads led not to the capital, but to the will of one man. For 40 years, Augustus ruled an empire disguised as a republic, weaving peace from the threads of exhaustion. The world called it the Pax Romana the Roman peace, a golden calm after centuries of chaos. Yet peace has a price. Behind the marble facades, the blood of Rome still boiled. When Augustus died in 14 AD, the question rose like thunder over the city: who could rule after him? His stepson Tiberius was chosen, a man of brilliance darkened by suspicion. Tacitus would later write, his mind was a dark labyrinth. Tiberius ruled efficiently, but his reign became a theater of paranoia. The Senate feared him, the people distrusted him, and when he retreated to the cliffs of Capri, ruling from afar through letters and spies, Rome began to tremble under the weight of its own emperor. After him came Caligula, remembered not for wisdom but for madness. Suetonius tells us, he built bridges from ships and made his horse a consul. Whether myth or truth, the story reflects a deeper reality, the divine disease of absolute power. The empire had become a mirror of its ruler's mind. When Caligula fell beneath the daggers of his own guards, Rome gasped for continuity and found it in Claudius, the unassuming uncle who had survived by hiding his intellect behind a stammer. Claudius expanded the empire into Britannia and reformed its bureaucracy, proving that Rome could still produce emperors who ruled with mind rather than ego. But then came Nero, young, ambitious, and obsessed with performance. To him, the empire was a stage, and Rome itself his audience. When the city burned in 64 AD, the flames lit more than buildings, they revealed the vanity of a ruler who played music while his people screamed. Tacitus wrote bitterly, he fiddled while Rome burned. Whether literally or symbolically, Nero's detachment sealed his fate. The Praetorian Guard turned against him, and as the Senate declared him an enemy of the state, Nero fled into the shadows, whispering his final words, what an artist dies in me. The line between empire and chaos shattered once more. The year 69 AD became known as the year of the four emperors Galba, Otho, Vitellius, and finally Vespasian each rising and falling in a storm of betrayal. When Vespasian at last restored order, he began the Flavian dynasty, rebuilding Rome's heart with stone and spectacle. His son Titus completed the Colosseum, the great arena where power was performed before the people, where emperors reminded the masses that they ruled over life and death. Titus's short reign was marked by tragedy, the eruption of Mount Vesuvius that buried Pompeii, and a fire that again ravaged the city. When he died young, his brother Domitian inherited not only the throne, but the empire's mistrust. Domitian ruled as an autocrat, demanding to be called Dominus et Deus, Lord and God. The Senate conspired, the daggers flashed, and the age of the Flavians ended in blood. Then came the Nerva-Antonine dynasty, an age many historians call the zenith of Rome. Nerva, the old senator, restored stability. Trajan, the soldier emperor, carried Rome to its greatest territorial height. Under Trajan, the empire stretched from the sands of Arabia to the forests of Britain, from the Atlantic to the Persian frontier. His triumph was not just in conquest but in vision. As Trajan entered Rome in victory, the Senate hailed him with the words, Optimus Princeps, the best of emperors. After him came Hadrian, Who built walls instead of empires? The Great Stone Barrier in the north of Britain bore his name, Hadrian's Wall, a mark of where civilization ended and wilderness began. Hadrian was a philosopher king, a lover of art and architecture. He traveled more than any emperor before him, seeking not new lands but new understanding. He once said, "My soul is prepared for departure. My body is not." In him, Rome's vastness found introspection. Antoninus Pius followed, gentle, administrative, and just. His reign was one of calm prosperity, but his adopted son would carry Rome's legacy into the realm of philosophy and doubt. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher emperor, ruled not for glory but for duty. On the cold frontiers of the Danube, surrounded by war and plague, he wrote by candlelight words that would echo through centuries. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. B1. His Meditations remain one of history's greatest works of stoic reflection, the mind of a ruler wrestling not with enemies, but with himself. But even wisdom cannot outlive fate. When Marcus died, he left the empire to his son Commodus, and with him, the Golden Age began to tarnish. Commodus imagined himself as Hercules reborn. He paraded in the Colosseum, fighting as a gladiator while senators watched in horror. Rome had become a circus of power, where blood and vanity mixed like wine. Cassius Dio wrote, "He was not naturally wicked, but cowardice made him cruel." When his reign ended in assassination, the empire once again spiraled into civil war, generals fighting generals, provinces breaking their oaths. The Praetorian Guard auctioned the empire to the highest bidder, declaring, "Let him who has the most gold become emperor." And so began the crisis of the 3rd century 50 years of chaos, with more than 20 emperors rising and falling in rapid succession. Barbarians pressed against the borders, plagues emptied the cities, and the economy collapsed. The empire seemed to be devouring itself, like a serpent consuming its own tail. Amid this darkness, voices like that of the historian Herodian lamented, "The empire, once invincible, now tottered like a giant in his last hour." From the ashes of Rome's endless wars rose one man of iron will, Diocletian. He was not born of noble blood, but of endurance, a soldier, hardened on the frontier, who saw what Rome had become, a fractured colossus staggering beneath the weight of its own ambition. Diocletian understood that no man could hold such a world alone, and so he divided the empire, east and west, ruled by 2 emperors, each with a junior partner beside him. He called it the tetrarchy, the rule of 4. In this system, he hoped to restore order through structure, to bind the empire not with loyalty, but with law. He reformed the coinage, stabilized the army, and sought unity through discipline. Yet, as power multiplied, so too did suspicion. Diocletian was a man of precision, but also of fear. Seeing the rise of a strange new faith spreading quietly through his cities, the followers of Christus, who bowed to no emperor, he struck out with violence. Edicts were issued, temples destroyed, and countless Christians perished in the Great Persecution. Eusebius, the Christian historian, would later write of Diocletian's fury, "They lit fires, not to warm the body, but to burn the faithful." The old gods demanded obedience, but the empire had changed. Diocletian could halt rebellion, but not belief. At last, weary from the strain of ruling the world, Diocletian did what no emperor before him dared: he abdicated. He retired to his palace in Split, in modern Croatia, where he spent his days tending to his gardens. When messengers begged him to return to power, he replied simply, "If you could see the cabbages I have grown, you would not ask me to return." The world he left behind would never again be whole. In the vacuum of his resignation, ambition filled the void. Generals fought across provinces, alliances shifted, and the empire, once more, turned its sword inward. Out of that storm rose a new ruler, fierce, pragmatic, and fated for legend, Constantine. He was the son of Constantius, one of Diocletian's co-emperors, and had grown up among soldiers and courts. He watched Rome fracture under its own weight and knew that only unity, by sword or spirit, could save it. Constantine's story would forever bind power and faith. In the year *312 AD, As rival emperors vied for supremacy, Constantine marched on Rome to face his greatest enemy, Maxentius. At the Battle of the Milvian Bridge, the Tiber shimmered below, banners rippled in the wind. And there, on the eve of battle, legend says he saw a vision in the sky, a cross of light and the words, in hoc signo vinces, in this sign, you shall conquer. That night, he ordered his soldiers to mark their shields with the Christian symbol, the Chi Rho, 2 letters interwoven, Chi and Rho, the initials of Christos. When the sun rose, the armies clashed, Maxentius drowned in the river's depths, and Constantine entered Rome as the sole victor. He did not claim victory for himself, but for the God who had guided him. For the first time in Roman history, an emperor gave divine credit not to Jupiter, nor Mars, but to the God of the Christians. The next year, **313 AD, he and his co-emperor Licinius issued the ** Edict of Milan, proclaiming religious tolerance throughout the empire. Let each man worship as he chooses. The edict declared. The age of persecution was over. The age of transformation had begun. Constantine was not yet a Christian in the modern sense. He still carried the habits of Roman statecraft, still minted coins bearing the old gods, yet he had opened a door that could never be closed. He rebuilt the empire in spirit as well as form. In the decades that followed, Constantine restructured government, strengthened the military, and reformed the tax system. But his greatest act was not in Rome at all. In the year **330 AD, he founded a new capital upon the ancient city of Byzantium, a crossroads between Europe and Asia, land and sea. He named it Nova Roma, but the world would call it Constantinople *, the city of Constantine. Marble walls rose upon golden waters, domes gleamed where temples once stood. It was said that when Constantine first entered the city, he lifted his eyes to the heavens and declared, now I know that I am chosen. Here, eastward, the Roman flame would burn for 1,000 more years. But even emperors are mortal. In his final years, Constantine sought baptism, a symbol of the faith he had long carried, half in conviction, half in policy. On his deathbed in **337 AD, he was baptized into the Christian Church, sealing the union between throne and faith. Eusebius wrote of his final moments, he shone with the brightness of a heavenly light, rejoicing in the presence of his God. When he died, the empire mourned, but his legacy endured. From **Augustus** to **Constantine, the empire had spanned 3.5 centuries, from marble peace to iron faith. It had seen philosophers and madmen, builders and destroyers, tyrants and saints. Each emperor, whether by wisdom or folly, had carried the same torch, the dream of order in a world forever slipping into chaos. Rome had begun as a city. It had become an empire. Under Constantine, it became an idea, one that no fall could extinguish. For though the Western world would crumble, and the legions would vanish into dust, the light that once burned upon the Tiber would rise again on the Bosporus, a light that would guide the Eastern Empire for a millennium, and echo through the cathedrals and crowns of Europe long after the last Roman emperor's name was forgotten. Thus ends the story of the Roman emperors, from Augustus to Constantine, from the birth of empire to the dawn of Christendom.